Basically, what happens is, at this point, there's a bunch of dust around the area, so you can't really see all that well on what's happening. The tank is recharging. It's going to take a couple minutes for the tank to fully recharge so it can fire that gun again. As the smoke starts to clear, you see a silhouette in it, and it looks like a silhouette that's holding two different blades in its hands, and it just sort of walks out of the dust towards you, and it is the Dragon General. He looks like he may have you basically just got him dirty. He's not really damaged at all. At least it doesn't appear that he is.
Oh.
Well, that's not good. Should we attend to this?
I'm gonna do a stealth check to move closer.
Okay, roll stealth. All right, so you rolled a 32. Oh yeah, no, he definitely, even with his pluses, he definitely didn't beat that. So he does not hear you.
His ears are ringing after the explosion.
Yeah, actually,
He's got
now that you
tinnitus.
mentioned that, the explosion, he doesn't hear you sneak up behind him. So you get closer. So you're probably within about 20 feet.
And I'm just gonna crouch and I'm gonna hide.
Okay. I mean, you're already moving silently, so you're sort of hidden already. 27, you're hidden. All right, so he doesn't know you're there, so you hide behind some debris and some rocks from the destruction of the cliff face. Now, I'm gonna say he's just gonna walk towards the tank. He's not even gonna do it at a quick pace. It's gonna be enough time for the tank gun to recharge, so you guys will have a chance to fire that again. He's probably about halfway in between the fallen rock face and the tank at this point, now that it's recharged.
Alright, I suppose we should do another one, right? Although it doesn't look like it affected him very much. So, shall we at it, or what?
So like I said, you guys can aim that. Also, since Kane is here, he is the most adept person with a firearm.
Kermit, darling, would you mind shooting this motherfucker in between the eyes?
I can definitely try.
Here's my question. Do you want to use your rifle, or do you want to use the tank gun?
Can I use the tank gun?
Yes, you can.
I want to use the tank gun.
You can aim that, so that's going to be a normal attack roll for you with your stuff.
Okie dokie.
All right, that's a 16. That is not going to hit him.
Fuck me.
So you fire, and it misses. He just kind of looks at it as it goes by him, and like spits in the sand a little bit, and then just keeps walking forward. You're going to get one last chance as he reaches the tank. Velno, do you want to shoot?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot.
I'll give you that one if you want to do it. We rolled a nat one. Cham, roll a reflex save.
Oh god, my hand's over there.
That is true. Your hand is over there, but it is attached to him, and he is a frog. You rolled high enough. You have a leap distance of like 40 feet anyway. So you leap out of the way as the cannon shot hits the rocks that's near you and obliterates them. As you do that, Genbu has now reached the tank. He just basically kind of looks up at it and says, "Come out of there before I have to drag you out. You also can't hit the broadside of a barn."
That's not what your buddy said.
That's your official response is fuck yourself. So yes, so he's gonna hop himself right up on the roof. So Kane, you're face to face with him right now. You do have your rifle, and since he's jumping up there, I will give you first attack if you want to try using it.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay,
So
18.
that is not going to hit.
Holy fucking shit, for real?
He basically just kind of like moves his head to the side, and the bullet whizzes right by him. Now he's going to attack you. It's a plus 17, by the way.
Oh, Jesus fucking
So
Christ.
that's a 32. I'm assuming that hits.
That definitely hits, yeah.
All right, so he's attacking with one of his weapons right now because it's kind of a reactionary thing. His Dragon Steel Katana does 2d8 plus 3 damage. So that's 10 damage.
I can live with that.
All right, so he cuts you, so he's up on the top. So I'm going to let the guys below figure out what they're going to do because they just heard him hop up there because you heard the thump, and you also heard the scream after he just sliced into Kermit.
So, does anybody want to go out there and do something about that? Or is this no, God works in mysterious ways, I'm just going to lay down and let it happen kind of thing?
Fine. I'll go be awesome. Tura, come.
It'd be nice for once.
So Rocket's going to run out there, Belno, so you're going to follow him?
Yep.
So you guys are going to run out. So basically what happens is you have two different exit points that you can go through on the ship. You know he's on the roof, so you can either go through the roof hatch, or you can go through the main hatch at the back of the ship and just open that.
I'm gonna start sprinting.
You do that. It'll take a full rotation of them doing stuff for you to get there, so I'll go back to them while you're running to the scene.
What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna open the top hatch, peek my head out, call him a bitch, and then jump back down.
So you do that. So you pop up and you call him a bitch, and he looks back at you as you like dip your head back down under the thing, and he's not really that intimidated by Kane, and he's more curious what the fuck who just called him a bitch, because now he's not too happy about that. So he's gonna go up to the hatch.
So I'm gonna tell everybody to back up from the hatch door, and then I'm just gonna start spewing my flame cannon at it.
He opens the hatch and looks down. Now, again, he's a Dragonborn, so he has low light vision, so he's able to see everything that's below him. He hasn't jumped down yet. He's just looking through the hatch. Roll to attack. That is going to be enough to hit.
That does 4d8 plus 5.
All right, roll the 4d8 plus 5, and we'll see how much fire damage he takes to the face. Plus 5 is going to be 21. All right, so he takes 21 fire damage to the face, which is probably not very pleasant for him. You hit him in the face, so he backs away and he starts like putting it out. He doesn't really get like his face like lit on fire. It just burns like fuck. He then immediately goes back to the hole, and he's going to use his fire breath down inside the ship. And that's it. That's an AoE cone attack. So Raka, since you're standing right there, I'm going to give you a reflex save to try and dodge yourself out of the way. Everybody else should be relatively clear. 19. Okay, we'll see what he rolls on an attack roll. I'm going to say that you're able to dive out of the way of it, but he does release a jet of fire inside of the ship that does light the bedding on fire and some of the other things inside.
Oh, well, you can't say it was my fault the ship caught on fire this time.
So, Velnos, did you want to do anything? Because all you saw was just a jet of fire come out of the roof.
Can I try and pull this fool's face down the hatch?
I can give you a reflex save to see if you can grab onto him with your vines and pull him in. 25? I'll say that's enough. You're able to grab onto him and pull him down. So are you going to just like pull him down into his own fire? Or are you going to pull him to you?
I'm gonna pull him down and try and hold him as much as possible so he can't do essentially jack shit.
He's going to take some damage from the fall. He's going to take 1d6 damage from the actual physical fall down into the building. That's another 5. And then after that's all said and done, I'll have you roll a grapple to try and tie him up. However, he is also going to roll a grapple to resist you. Wow, you actually beat him by 1. You beat him by 1. He has a plus 20 to grapple, by the way. So he's a little bit more advanced than you. So, but you're able to barely basically wind him up in your vines. So he's going to have to take a strength roll on his next turn to try and break that out. In the meantime, Cham, you have now arrived on the scene, and you see smoke coming out of the transport. You Naruto run your way up there.
So I'm gonna jump onto on the top of the tank. Do I see the opening at all?
It is smoking, and the hatch is open. Kane is also up there. Kane, you've recovered from your little arm slice, and you have your rifle back up and ready to go. So you and Cham are both on the roof.
So,
I'm gonna try and shoot him again.
Well, he's tied up right now, so you're going to get advantages to that. You just want to stick the barrel down and put one in him?
Yeah. Incinerary rounds.
I mean, everything's already on fire anyway, but Cham,
Well, I'm gonna dive into the hole.
you can do that. I'm not going to make you jump because there's not really a lot of a distance thing there. So you jump down, and you land in an area that's not on fire. I mean, you see that Velnos has tied up the Dragonborn in vines, and he's just kind of sitting there on the ground, like rustling around trying to get out of it. So, Kane, you rolled high enough to hit. That's going to be an additional +2 as well. So that's a 25 in reality. So you can roll damage on your rifle, and like I said, that's also going to be incendiary. So you will also light him on fire.
I'm guessing those missed.
Yes, both of those missed.
Yeah, 17. That's a 19 and a fucking 18.
28, and then I also get 1d12 fire damage this turn and next turn.
That's 40 damage in total. So that's a hefty one. Now, what happens, though, is that because you shot him with an incendiary round and Velnos wrapped him up in vines, the fire burns the vines, which sets him free, even though it also very seriously harms him because it's 40 damage plus fire. So he's not very pleased with you right now either. All right, so at this point, because he is free and because everybody is in the area, we are going to roll initiative. So he did not roll well. Yeah, so he technically only rolled a 6.
21.
16.
21.
13. Oh god, that was horrible.
What'd you get at the end of the day?
11.
15.
So it's going to go Cham, Velnos, Raka, Arch, Kane, and then the General. Cham, you're going to get first whack at him.
Oh, that's a crit.
19 and 20 are crits on the dark save.
And that's what
The second one will not.
So
But the first one will crit, so you can roll for damage on that. 11, so in total that's 22. So yeah, you go over and you slice him in the side with the Darksaber, and it's a pretty deep cut. But again, he's a hardened warrior, so he's going to be able to still fight through that. It is still relatively painful, however.
I was going to launch, throw fucking Cyrus' hand towards her.
If you want to do that as a minor action, I will allow it. Roll a dexterity roll to throw it. That's enough. I'm going to say that's a good amount. That'll get to you. So you basically kind of grab it with your offhand and you just fling it through the air, kind of like a frisbee. Arch, roll to catch it.
Oh yeah, let me do this 0 fucking dex check real quick.
Yep. Yeah, the hand hits you directly in the face. Basically, you slapped yourself. So it hits you in the face, but it does latch on. So you do have, so your hand is back with you, and it crawls up and reattaches itself to your wrist. Cham, that is going to be the entirety of your turn. Velnos, it is now you.
How close am I to the big fella?
You're within striking distance with melee weapons. You're probably about 10 feet away.
I'm gonna do the shish kebab with this Spirit Destiny.
Are you going to throw it out with a vine at the end of it, or are you just going to run up and stab him with it?
I'm gonna do with the vine.
Oh yeah. Nope, that hits. Roll damage for the spear.
And since it's targeted...
Yeah, since it's targeted, that'll double, which means that's going to be a total of 42. You shoot out with the spear, and it goes right through one of his shoulders. He's not doing too good right now. However, I'm going to give him a reaction roll to see, because he's going to try and grab that spear before you can pull it back.
Can I reflex? Pull it out?
So you'll both have to roll your reflex saves against each other. And he did not roll very high on his. No, you beat him. So yeah, he tries to grab for it, but you pull it back in time, and you just kind of have your spear there now. So is there any minor actions you want to do on your turn? You can't attack again, obviously, but...
I pulled out in time, boys. I'm going to reposition, just so... If I can't reposition, that is.
Yes, you can. You can move around the inside of the compartment. Behind him is where is on fire. Velnos, you're repositioned, so I'm going to say that's your turn. So the next person up is going to be Raka. So Raka, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm going to smite it.
Roll your shenanigans. All right, yeah, that is more than enough to hit him. All right, so that's 28 damage. So yeah, so you do 28 damage to him, so you slice him again. Actually, sorry, no, it's Arch. So we can do Arch. We can do your turn.
All right. So out of everybody here, who wants to get a touch from God?
I'm going to raise my hand.
All right, Cham, you're about to get a full send right now. This is going to essentially entirely dump my bag of tricks for another person. This is all through quicken spells, twin spells, dumping as much as I possibly can in fucking 5 seconds. You're going to get Holy Aura, Shield of Law, Cloak of Chaos, and Righteous Might all at once. The first 3 give you a +4 to AC and resistance to any resistance save. Righteous Might doubles your size, multiplies your weight by 8, changes your size category to the next larger, gives you a +4 bonus to strength, +2 to a constitution, and a +2 to your natural armor. So that's another 2 to your armor.
So I got 37 AC. Which means, Mike, would that be able to allow me to use both the Dark Dagger and the Dark Saber at the same time?
That would mean that, yes, you could use both of them in your hands at the same time if you doubled in size, because the only reason why it was before was because you were smaller.
I'll still keep the dagger in my mouth, but I'll use the hand cannon for my next attack as well.
I'm not quite done still.
I know.
Yeah, all right, what are you doing next?
The next is Bull Strength Mass, which is Bull Strength, but 1 subject per subject level, so I'm going to cast it under a 5th level spell, so everybody in the room that are allies to me gets hit with +4 strength in addition to what they already have. That's it for now.
I'm 5 feet now.
Yeah, you're 5 feet. You're normal height now. You're kind of like a really tall dwarf.
It also multiplied his weight by 8.
I weigh 40 pounds.
You weighed 40 pounds before that, which means now you weigh 320 pounds?
Oh, imagine my jump.
And that did essentially deplete most of my bag of tricks. She's stuck to heal-botting for now. She's saving a teleport to leave you all for dead.
So because he already used an incendiary round and everything inside's on fire, I'm not going to make him roll for that again. Instead, he's going to put in a magnum round, which is the auto crit round if it hits. With his attack bonus, that will not hit. So he misses his shot, and it kind of just ricochets inside for a little bit and then harmlessly goes somewhere. So now it's going to go down to the Dragonborn. And the Dragonborn is most unhappy with Raka because he lit his face on fire. So he's going to go up against him. Now, the thing is that he has 2 swords. So a full attack for him in rotation is 3 attacks with the bigger sword and 2 attacks with the smaller one. So that's going to be a total of 5 d20. We'll see what he rolls. He gets 3 attacks with his main weapon and 2 with his secondary weapon per turn if he chooses to attack with for the entirety of the turn. So the first one will hit, the second one will hit, the third and fourth ones will not. So those 2 will hit, and the second one will also crit because it's 17 to 20 for his crit range. So I'll roll for the Wakizashi first, then I'll roll for the Katana. And the Wakizashi does 2d6 plus 3. So that is a total of 7 damage, and then in addition to that, we will roll the Katana. So that's 12, that also crits, so that's going to crit to 24, so that means you're going to get a total of 31 damage going your way. But he's kind of like flurrying blows, basically. So now it's going to go right back up to Cham.
I'm going to grab onto him.
You're going to grab him? All right, roll a grapple check. He's going to have to roll a grapple check to resist. Yeah, his grapple is also extremely high. So yeah, you try and grapple him, and he basically just kind of puts his foot up and kicks you in the chest to get you away from it. It doesn't hurt you, it's just to get some distance. But I'm going to count the grapple check as a minor action, so you can try and do at least 1 attack. You won't be able to get to it. Ooh, yep, that'll hit.
Oh, and that's also a crit.
Oh yeah, you rolled an 18, so yes, that will crit. So roll your damage, it'll be times 2.
God damn, what are these rolls? That's 20.
Yep, okay, so you do 20 damage to him. So you kind of do the same thing. You slash at him. Now it's going to go down to Velnos. He's pretty heavily damaged now. You guys have done a lot of stuff. You stuck the spear through his shoulder the last turn. Kane shot him with the fire round. Rocka burned his face. Like, he's not doing great.
Spear in the face.
21, that will hit. Ooh, all right, 27 damage to the face. When you stab with your spear, you basically do kind of like Heath Ledger's Joker. You basically carve the side of his mouth open, so the whole side of his face is filleted open at this point.
So I essentially give him a Glasgow smile.
So now it's going to go to... So Rocky, you can decide what to do with him. He's still able to move around a decent amount.
I'm just gonna fucking hit him again with my greatsword.
Roll for attack. It's a plus 25. Yeah, actually, I shouldn't even bother having you roll because his AC is below 25. So yeah, you hit. Oh dear Christ! All right, that's another 29. Yeah, no, that is a large amount of damage. You slice him again with your sword. So now it's going to go down. So Kane, you are still in the same spot. You're up above him, so you can aim down and fire, or you can jump into the ship. You can do whatever you want.
What's his health percentage looking like?
Kane, you there, buddy?
I'm gonna try and shoot him again with Magnum Round.
Oh, God. You missed again. Oh, that sucks. It's the exact same as the one you did before. You know what? Arch, here's your miracle. Kane,
All right.
When you're about to fire, you realize what's about to happen and you rethink your shot. You get one more roll. Because Arch cast a spell before that allowed, basically, his god kind of just like, Raka's god whispers in your ear, oh, for fuck's sake. All right, he didn't get a miracle. So that means it's going to go down to the Dragonborn.
Cyrus on the side.
Or actually,
Good God, stellar work.
Yep, stellar.
Fantastic.
Stellar work. Genbu is getting pretty injured now, and the side of his face is cut open, but he realizes that attacking you in a confined space is not the best idea. However, he does know what this transport is, because the Dragonborn built it, so he knows exactly what it is. So what he's going to do is he's going to take his Wakizashi, which is imbued with magic, by the way, and he is going to throw it at the power core.
Can I count my turn as like a delayed turn? Because as soon as that happens, she's definitely teleporting out of there.
If you're teleporting, are you taking the other people that are inside the car with you, or are you just piecing?
I mean, true to character, I'll grab whoever is closest. As long as I have Timmy, I'm fine.
Timmy is hanging on to your leg for dear life.
We absolutely just peace out.
So Arch is just going to be you and Timmy, but you're able to teleport outside the ship. So I'm going to roll for the boss. I'm not going to call it an attack roll because it's really just a throw. So it's going to be more his dexterity. Oh. He missed horribly because there's no way he's recovering off that one. So he throws his short sword, but it just kind of clangs off the ground. He missed it completely. And he just kind of looks like, God damn it. And he attributes a lot of it to the fact that Belnos put a spear through his shoulder.
I'm gonna look him in the eye and say, you can hit something on the broadside of the barn, and I'm gonna slap him.
I'll allow the slap. Roll dexterity. Damn. All right. You pimp smack him across the face with a vine. He takes 2 damage. And also you have damaged his pride pretty considerably. So the rest of his turn, because that was just a small action, he's not going to throw his main weapon because he knows that's incredibly dumb to do. So he's going to probably use the katana, but he's going to try and get out of the ship. So what he's going to do is he's going to try and ram one of the shutters on the windows to see if he can fly out. Because he realizes he's in a bad space right now because you guys can just surround him and fire on him. So I'm going to roll a strength roll for him to see if he can get through. Oh, he rolled the nat 20, and that's also a +3. So basically what he does is he just kind of looks over at one of the shutters and he bull rushes it. He smashes into it. He breaks the shutter off the hinges, and the whole window structure falls out of the side of the ship along with him. Syra, since you just teleported outside, all you see is the Dragonborn jump out. So based on your own assumptions, you think that he hit the core. That is going to be his turn, by the way.
I'm going to jump on top of him.
I'll have you roll a jump check for that, which is ridiculous. Actually, is your jump check like a +30?
My jump check is 20.
If you roll above a 5, you'll hit. You
Frog
rolled
on
above
him.
a 5.
I'm going to jump towards him, and I'm going to land on him. Keep in mind, I'm 300-something plus pounds.
So here's the way I'm gonna judge this, because it's more your weight than your strength that's going to be the pain for him. Under normal circumstances, I would say if you hit him like that, it would be 1d6. Because you weigh 8 times your normal amount, it's going to be 8d6. Oof. All right, so you smushed him. You did like that Wile E. Coyote thing when somebody gets like nailed with a fucking like steamroller, basically.
What I want to do is, as soon as I land, I'm going to point my my shotgun and my hand cannon, and I'm going to pull the trigger.
I'll say because your hands are free, because you're jumping, you'll be able to do that. So, and because you landed with the attack roll, I'm just gonna say roll damage on it because it's point blank. So that's 13 damage. So you fired that right into his back. So you blew all like the armor and stuff off of his back. All the buckshot went into like his spine, basically, and like his upper back area. So he's not having a good time. He's pretty fucking fucked up by now. He's not really moving around a lot. He lost one of his weapons. He still is above 5% health, but not by much.
Is it my turn now?
Cham just
Fucking
went,
amazing
so yes,
idea.
it is your turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna end this conquistador style, and I'm just gonna plant the fucking spear on its back and stand all proud. I rolled a dexterity check to chase his ass.
All right, the dexterity check will pass.
Yeah, it was a 21, so for the attack, because I want to jam this shit on its spine, see if I can cripple the big dude.
Yeah, that's 23, so yeah, that's going to hit. All right, yeah, that's 34 damage. Well, he's already on the ground because Champ smushed him, so you put it right through his back and into the ground, so he's pinned to the ground now. He's not dead, but he's not really moving around all right. He's kind of groaning, he's bleeding from a lot of different places. He's pretty much at your mercy, so I'm going to say combat is basically over, but he's still alive.
I'm gonna shoot him in the face with my cannon.
We still need to know where the other dragons are.
So, Raka, are you going to shoot him in the face anyway?
Yeah.
Roll to attack, he can't move.
I'm going to step in front of it
You're going to step in front of a cannon.
because we need answers.
All right, roll damage. Whatever damage you roll is going to be applied to Cham. All right, you take 20 damage.
I stand firm.
Regardless, he still has to reload that cannon before he can use it again, so he doesn't have any more cannon shots. Genbu also begins laughing.
I mean,
The
that's
fuck
not
you laughing at,
exactly
boy?
nice.
You fucking bitch, you read my mind.
He doesn't say what he's laughing at. However, you do notice that it appears that there is a glow under him, and you're not sure what it is.
I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic.
You cast that. The glow does not subside.
I'm gonna cast death.
Do you mean like you're just going to stab him?
Yeah.
Before he does that, I'm going to use my strong legs, and I'm kicking him in the air.
Okay, roll a strength check. You also have the +8 to strength, so... Alright, you kick him, but he just kind of like slides along the sand. He doesn't actually like go up in the air. And as he turns over, you see that underneath his armor appears to be several bandoliers of what look like high explosives. And they appear to be lit.
Deuce, I'm gonna hop on my griffin and fly the fuck away. Later, fellas.
How far did I kick him?
You kicked him probably about 10 to 15 feet away, but you may also still be within blast radius.
I'm going to yell out, Syra, send him to the right dimension.
I'm just gonna stand in front of Timmy with my shield up.
Okay, you stand in front of Timmy with your shield up.
Yeah, I'm going to dig, like bury my body on the ground.
Kane, are you going to do anything with this? Because you just see him, like, glowing and about ready to explode.
What can I?
You could shoot him, you could hide.
I'm gonna try and hide.
You're still on top of the transport ship, so you can pop down in there, or you can hide in other places. You can hide behind Arch with Timmy.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that.
All right, I'm going to say you have enough movement to do that. So you're hiding behind Timmy, who is hiding behind Arch. So you technically have 2 human shields. Veldos, you're going to dig yourself into the ground along with Cham to try and dodge this. So This thing is good. So he has 20 grenades that are strapped to his torso, basically, that were under his armor as kind of like his own failsafe. That's going to be 20 D6s going off at once from his body, and that has probably about a 30 to 40 foot radius, so you guys are all going to be within radius. However, some of you are going to take less damage for certain things since you're out of range. All right, so that goes off with a total of 72 damage. Cham and Velnos, since you guys kind of dug in, I'm going to say that's halved. At the same time, since Syra is putting up her shield, and since the other guys went behind her, I'm going to say Timmy doesn't take any damage and Kane doesn't take any damage, but Syra, you're going to take half damage because you put the shield up, so at least your face is going to be okay.
Not looking great, but she's still up.
That blast also pretty much vaporized him. So you guys all take the damage, but he is vaporized. He is very dead, and you also nuked all of the people he was with. However, your transport is also still on fire.
I'm going to be, like, making Timmy run buckets. I'm specifically going to be making it hard on him.
All right, I'm gonna roll for Timmy to see how efficiently he does this. He doesn't do it efficiently at all. He trips multiple times, and he spills a lot of the buckets of water, and the ship is continuing to burn.
And, of course, nothing if not a monster. Unless somebody wants to help him.
I'm fucked up. I have 20 health.
Keep in mind, there's also basically a nuclear reactor inside of that thing.
Cast water on the fucking thing, like, just control water and have it, like, spray out every bit of the fires.
Okay, you do that and the fire is put out. It looks like the bedding is going to have to be replaced. The core appears to be fine. The only thing that's really left of Genbu is his Dragonsteel Wakizashi that's still inside the ship that he threw. His katana was vaporized along with him.
That's unfortunate. I was hoping to get some kind of information so we're not just wandering around in the desert now, but I suppose this will have to do.
You also successfully destroyed Spyglass Point with basically a nuclear weapon.
I could put it back the way it was, but I think it looked better this way.